sir. Yes, sir. Gritty and Wylie show. You already know what it is, man.
Hottest in the city, yes, Wylie and it's gritty. If you wanna know about the work, tap in with me. Coach B, Wylie.
Yo. You know what time it is. It's the Gritty and Wylie show. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, the fellas couldn't make this segment, but it's all good. Coach B is here, so you know what time it is. First things first, man. Shout out to my wifey. She hold me down.
Mommy.
She makes sure I'm living right, living good. I love you for that, baby. Watch out for her book. It's gonna drop. It's gonna be real good. She's an author.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So understand that wifey doing big things. Shout out to my crew. Shout out to my man Wylie. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man Preacher Pat. Shout out to my man Dom Peasy. What up, Q? You know what I mean? You know my man Q behind the lens, getting it popping. All right, if you see the location, the locale, we in the gym today, man. The Gritty and Wylie show is in the building. You know what I mean? We coming live and direct. You know what I'm saying? I got some special guests to roll out today. You know what I'm saying? Just want to start off saying a shout out to everybody who subscribed, like, share. We up to 300 subscribers. So that means we making moves, you know what I'm saying? We trying to get to 1K, so just jump on. Make sure you sharing it, making sure everybody you know watch the show. We get it popping. We talk about real topics. We talk about sports. We talk about life. Today we're going to tap into a little bit of mental health. I got my daughter on the show, you know what I mean? Kiki in the building.
Hey,
if everybody was trying to figure out who Lala is, this is my baby girl right here. Lala. Say hi, Lala. So we're going to get it rolling. My daughter going to talk a little bit about mental health. You know what I'm saying? And kind of give you a breakdown and give you a little bit of info on how that works and how to help kids and kind of how to keep it rolling, you know what I'm saying, and help families. She's a graduate of Bethune-Cookman.
Yes,
she went to Brandon High School.
Hell, Wildcats.
You know what I'm
Go
saying?
Eagles.
She's well known in the town, you know what I mean? She understands kids and how they think and how they operate.
Yes.
She was a school teacher for a year, so she got an opportunity to really be around kids and what they got going on.
Yes.
So we just want to make sure we get out to the community and let them know what time it is.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, let them know your name, let them know what you got going on.
Hey y'all, I am Kiki. Hello. Currently I am a contract mental health therapist. I am a registered mental health counselor intern. So I really work with everyone in the mental health field, all ages from 5 to it doesn't really matter. My main goal is to basically help everybody improve their awareness towards their mental health. Mental health in children is very important because it stems from the children. It stems from the childhood. And then, of course, having toddlers, it helps you figure out and help you maneuver with your parenting. I also like to help psychoeducate everyone as far as when it comes down to self-care, as far as when it comes down to their medical awareness, as far as when it comes down to their community awareness. So all in all, as me being a mental health therapist, not only do I do therapy, but I like to help try to provide other resources as well as help with the, I'm going to just say the empowerment, the empowerment all around, and just help promoting just self-awareness, just for healthy mental health.
Right,
even if it's just talking to just one person about how you're feeling. Never go to sleep with something negative on your mind. Never go to sleep with something bad on your mind. Never go to sleep feeling like that you did not do enough the day of or the day before. So I like to give those type of motivations.
Right. So explain kind of the mental health of an athlete, considering your pops is a coach and been doing this for a long time.
Yes.
Kind of break down like how this whole thing works with mental health for children in sports.
Okay, go.
Like the mental health of children in sports and how critical it is to make sure, sometimes they talk to that therapist in order to get through some of those adversities, some of those pressures. They feel a lot of pressures to be successful, not only for their for their team or
Mhm.
themselves, but for their parents.
Yes.
Parents bring on a lot of pressure to these kids.
Yes.
They already suffer from competitive anxiety,
Yes.
and now they gotta, they have a lot of pressure about results and being
Yes.
better than Johnny is, or
Yes.
or making sure that they being being scoring all these points or being such a
Yes.
dominant player and all the pressures it takes to be successful in that.
Yes. When it comes down to basically educating the parents, as well as when it comes down to a child that's in sports, not only are they battling with the competitiveness of the sport, but they're battling with the competitiveness of their academic performance. And not just with their academic performance, they're also battling with the family dynamic performance as well. You have some kids that basketball is their sport, their getaway,
They're
their
everything.
safe place, their everything. And without basketball, they're not going to be able to stay focused in their classwork, or they're not going to be able to improve their daily social skills with their peers or with their family members. Or better yet, they're not going to be able to utilize their daily functioning skills when they're at home, as far as doing their chores or
Right,
being
right,
around their
right,
family.
right,
So
right.
when it comes down to child mental health in sports, just as long as they understand that when you're here, you're not just by yourself. Everyone here is a team. One band, one sound. I know we used to go by that when I was in the band at Bethune-Cookman University. Shout out to us, you know it. Please, no rattlers say nothing. But I remember when I was in band, they made that statement. One band, one sound. And in basketball, it's one band, one sound. If
Right,
one of
right,
your
right.
teammates is down, okay, what can I do to help you lift you up? That's therapy right there. What can I do to help build this rapport with you, to help make you feel better? Okay, you had a bad day in class. Come on, let's try to find what we like to do in basketball. If we like to do
Right.
our little layups, if we like to do our 3 points, if we like to do our suicides, come on, let's go ahead and do that. And
So a lot of positive
yes,
reinforcement.
it's a lot of positive reinforcement. And not only does it come with basketball, it helps promote their academic performance, not as well as it help promote their family dynamic performance too, because it's coming from basketball and that's
Right,
their
right,
safe
right,
haven.
right. Right, 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 right. So see, as you can see, there's a lot of anxiety, you know what I
Mama.
mean, in life. So, but no, I really appreciate your time
You're
coming
welcome.
to talk to the people.
Yes, thank you.
Make sure you really tapping in with your kid. I think that's the
Yes.
first thing, is identifying where your kid is at mentally, especially if they're an athlete.
And have a conversation with them.
Right, right,
Some
right.
parents, we all have our long days, but just as it's easy enough for us to pick up the phone and tell the next person about
Right.
something else, you can always ask your child, hey, how was your day today?
Right.
Tell me one positive thing that you liked about, one
Right.
thing that you enjoyed with doing today. What is one thing that you could have changed today?
Right.
It could start from with their breakfast. Hey, mommy, I wish I had orange juice instead of water this morning. Or hey, I wish we
Just
had
little simple things.
something small. That
Little
small
simple
therapy
things.
will help promote that excellence
Right.
and help promote that awareness that you need for that child, and also help you notice the mental health awareness that you need, not only for your child but for yourself as well.
Right,
For
right.
yourself as well too. Sorry.
Right. No, it's all good. So I think the biggest message we get out of this is making sure you communicate with your child about
Yes.
where they're at mentally, and watch the signs of depression.
Yes.
Watch the sign of separation.
Yes,
I know
avoidance.
I know Q, your son is a quarterback, so I know there's a lot of pressures in his
Yes.
success and his preparation. He's one of my students, so I know he likes perfection.
And
I
can
know he
make
likes
one
to
more
be
comment,
really
too?
good at things. So just like just sometimes I'm sure he needs somebody to talk to, just to make sure his head is clear, to stay focused on being a quarterback. It's a lot of responsibility. You've got to not only know everything, you got to know everybody's roles and know everybody's jobs. So I just wanted to give you guys a little a little conversation by the expert
Thank
in
you.
regards to really making sure you pay attention to your kids' mental health is
Yes.
very important. Gritty and Wylie supports mental health,
Yes.
especially in children. We just want to make sure that we don't neglect our children because of our work day.
Yes.
We all have work all day. We have our own stress, and sometimes we allow our kids to just float,
Yes.
staying on YouTube, staying on Instagram, and not really
Yes.
paying attention to what's going on. You know what I mean? So make sure you lock in with your son,
Yes.
daughter, your athlete. Make sure you understand where they're at mentally and emotionally.
Yes.
Because it's a lot of expectation that goes on, especially with this Instagram and this YouTube.
Yes.
They're constantly looking for likes. They're constantly looking for approval from their
Validation.
peers. Validation from
And the
their peers.
validation comes from the negativity, because just like you looking at social media and you're like, oh, this is the image that we need, and it's not the image. You know,
Right.
be yourself. You are the walking of yourself. I tell anybody, put yourself in an uncomfortable situation to grow. You are your own plant. You are your own flower.
Right.
Yes, you need positivity to be able to help you grow, but when you see the next person that's doing something and it may look good for them,
Right,
but you do
right,
not know the
right,
steps that it took
right.
for them to get there.
Right.
So you have to basically guide at your own steps and your own path, and you got to continue to speak that positivity into existence. Everybody's not perfect. It's not meant for you to make everything happen at the first try. But as long
Right.
as you stick to that goal and you tell yourself, hey, this is what I want for myself.
Right.
And if I have to basically hurt myself, it's part of exercise. That's the
Right.
protocol.
Right.
That's how I look at it. You know, mental health is part of exercise. It's not what you want, but it's how you want it.
Right.
It's just like when you're cooking. You're learning a new skill. You're learning a new song. And you have to basically utilize that, not just within yourself, but like you said, Pops, within the children. And even for the kids.
Right.
If y'all feel like that
Absolutely.
your parents are not relating to you on anything, let them know. Speak up. Communication
Talk.
tools.
Talk.
Yes, talk. Let them know. Show them. Because yes, it's going to be something new to the parents, but I will rather you tell your parent, hey, mom and dad, this is what I'm into, then they have to figure it out. And then that caused the disconnect too,
Right.
knowing
Right.
about the
Right.
awareness to the mental health.
Right. So what we'll do is we appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you.
We definitely want to have you back.
Yes, I will.
We'll probably wait till Lala get a little older so she can sit her little butt down. Hey,
Lala, you gonna look
Lala.
at the camera?
Say hi. Say bye.
You gotta
Say
say
hi
bye.
to Nana. Say hey, Nana. Say hey,
She
world.
have ice
There
cream
go
all
Nana.
on her. She just came from daycare.
Right. So
We
we
are in rare
appreciate you.
form.
Right. We appreciate you coming out.
Thank
This is
you.
all raw and unscripted.
Yes.
We didn't pre-rehearse anything.
Not at all.
She brings my granddaughter a couple of times a week to see her pop up at the gym.
Yes.
I just happened to be running a show today, and I told her, "Hey, we're gonna do an interview." And she said, "Okay, Pop, you sure? I ain't got my fit on, but my baby always look good. She's a spitting image of her mother, so
Yes.
she's always ready for the camera."
Yes.
We
And I
appreciate
thank
you coming
y'all.
out.
Thank y'all.
And if you need anything, why don't you drop your socials on them so they can hit you if they need you?
Okay, well, hey y'all, if y'all do want to hit me up, ask me some questions, reach out, need some motivation or advice, you can follow me on Instagram _@ Sheaudacious, SHEAUD as in dog. ACIOUS. We might gotta write that down, y'all.
Hey, he gonna hit me up to try to get that. You got something more simple for them?
Look, now when I'm thinking about it, you know what, y'all? No, write me on that, DM me on that. She audacious. We'll post it right here.
Right.
She audacious.
Right, we'll get it on the screen.
Yes.
We appreciate you coming
Thank you,
out.
guys.
We got a lot more to the show. We got some more interviews to do.
Yes.
Stay tuned. Hold
Thank
it down,
you.
and we're gonna get right back to it.
Shout out to Gritty, Team Gritty.
Team
Shout
Gritty,
out
yes,
to
sir.
Wylie. I
Wylie.
love you, mama. Thank y'all for looking. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all. And love you, Pop.
Yes, ma'am. Yo. You already know what it is, man. We got another guest popping. I got my point guard. My PG1 in the building. We've been rocking together for about a year straight now. I gave him the ball, and he's running the show. I just want you to kind of break down who you are, what school you go to, your travel team, and just give us a little bit about your love for the game, the love of the game of basketball.
All right, my name is Elijah Gilroy. I go to SFA. I'm a sophomore, and basically I play for Southern Select Elite for AAU, New Balance. And basically, I started playing basketball when I was like 4, and then, you know what I'm saying, watch LeBron James, the GOAT, for real, you know what I'm saying.
Whoa. LeBron James, the GOAT. Whole ball.
For sure.
I don't had a whole
For
session
sure.
on this.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, LeBron's the GOAT. For
He's
sure.
your GOAT. He's not the GOAT, though,
Nah,
right? That's what we're talking
he's
about?
definitely the GOAT.
Over
He's the
who?
best.
Not over MJ.
For sure.
Can't be.
LeBron's the best scorer. Like, he has the most amount of points. Like, he's the best scorer.
No. LeBron is the GOAT.
No, yeah, LeBron's the GOAT.
No, no. LeBron's the GOAT.
Yeah, LeBron's the GOAT.
But he's not over MJ.
Nah, for sure.
Michael
over,
Jeffrey Jordan.
Definitely over Michael Jordan.
But
for sure.
but you know, MJ is
Nah, it don't
no,
matter.
no, LeBron worships MJ.
But
That's his GOAT.
he's just a better MJ.
No, it can't.
I ain't gonna lie. He's a better defender,
Who
better
got better
scorer.
sneakers?
That don't got you. That don't got that got
Whole ball,
That's
right?
shoes though.
No, but I'm
That's
just
shoes.
saying.
That's
no, I'm
not
just saying, when
anything
you go get
about
a pair-
basketball.
What sneakers you gonna buy?
All right, I'd rather get Jordan. I'd
you
rather
see what
get
I'm saying?
Jordans, but still,
Yeah,
that's
you
the
rather
shoes.
get Jordans,
though.
right?
That's the shoes.
And when
though.
you turn on the highlights, you want to see MJ.
Nah, I'd rather.
I
see
just
LeBron.
convinced them MJ's the GOAT.
Can't. That's
That
just
quick.
shoes. Can't.
So run it. Okay, LeBron's your GOAT. No problem, young fella.
Yeah, LeBron's my GOAT. I ain't got LeBron's my GOAT. But yeah, I've been playing all my life, basically. And I just love basketball, yeah. Been training with Coach B, the work,
The work.
and it's great work.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So tell us, like the balance, with the schedule you had in the SIAA, just balancing everything. You know what I'm saying? We just had my daughter on, Kiki, in regards to like the mental health, the mental state of it, like juggling all of this. Like just break down some of the challenges of, first of all, like we had a couple of rough spots during the season when I was on your ass about performance as a PG. Like just kind of going through that, making sure school was on point. And then tell them a little bit about Vic. Pop, shout out to Vic, my man. Tell him, because Vic don't play. He needs you on all levels on go.
For sure.
So give us a little rundown of that background on how you gotta perform at a high level. You ain't got no choice.
So basically, I ain't gonna lie. At the start of the season, I was playing all right. And then Coach B started getting on me. I ain't gonna lie. Mentally, I was cooked. I ain't gonna lie. I was definitely not in it. And then, obviously, my dad always on me, telling me what to do. So, like, my mind was completely crazy. But, like, I just started working even harder just because, like, during the season, I was hurt, so I wasn't practicing that much. But later on, I just, like, figured out that I need practice and the work. And, yes, so
Kind
my
of just
mind,
figured it out. You kind of said,
Yeah.
you kind of gave yourself a little opportunity to say, let me try to do it different than what I know. Because
Yeah.
what I know ain't gonna help me grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna keep me in the same level.
Yeah.
So I think, you know what I mean? I think it was just about balancing how to score and how to lead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the expectation of a point guard is to lead the team. Not as the primary scorer, but as the primary leader, as the initiator of the offense, as the guy who galvanized the troops, get everything together. And I think that because you can score, you was leaning on that a little bit. Instead of leaning on leading these guys and getting guys involved, getting guys going. And I think at the end of the day, watching you grow in that role was a good look. Like I started seeing you kind of settle down, make the right reads, make the right passes, and kind of explain the SIAA playing at that level. Because he started at Riverview. He started at high school in Riverview, which is a Florida high school athletics association school, where he played, not the greatest talent in Hillsborough County. And then he moved to the SIAA, where we traveled from all the way to Gainesville to all the way to Miami, and we dealt with different type of cats. You know what I mean, on this league.
Yeah, so at Riverview, we was playing low competition for sure. And then when I came to SFA, the competition was completely different. Like, we was playing straight Angolians,
Right.
7-foot people, just good players, and like it was pretty hard.
Right, a lot of guys from overseas which can come over here to really get after it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
Montverts,
and they were
IMGs,
strong. And these kids are stronger, bigger kind of kids, strong kids, pause.
And
You know what I'm
like
saying?
I never been hurt before. Like last year, I was never hurt, but this year, like my injuries started coming. It was
Right, hitting that ground. I was like, I was kind of telling him stop falling on that ground, because that ground ain't gonna give. That ground is gonna keep you hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I watched him grow and start making the right reads. We started working on our floaters, our middies a little bit more, our pull-up game. I think he had to really adjust about, I can't get all the way to the rim all the time at this level. And so early he was paying a physical price with hitting that floor. And then I think towards the last, 10, 15 games, you stayed off the floor, and actually your points per games went up.
Yeah.
Actually, the whole thing started to flow better. And then I think the stress of I gotta perform started to relax a little bit. And you just say, yo, I'm going out here and play,
Yeah.
have fun, try to lead and motivate. And I think you did a good job with that. I think you showed mental toughness. You know, when we're talking about mental health, I think there was some adversity there, and you was able to overcome it. And that's what we preach. We preach putting guys in uncomfortable situation and trying to figure out how to get them to overcome that. You know what I'm saying? Watching you do that, it was a joy to watch. Because by the end of the year, I was able to sit back and just like, EJ, you knew what to do. And I think that's a blessing and testament to your family, your mother, and your father for instilling those values in you on listening. You know, when you're successful, sometimes it's hard to listen to somebody else tell you that ain't gonna work, that it's not good enough. And he was able to accept it. He took the challenge. Now he's on a New Balance circuit. We had our first session in Houston. We went 3-1. Obviously, if you ask him, I'm sure he'll tell you we should have went 4-0. This weekend we're in Atlanta, playing at the tip-off, one of those major non-circuit events where all the shoes show up to compete. Our first game is actually against Austin Rivers 2027, so that's a high-level team. They're on the Adidas circuit. So we got to come with our hard hat and our Timbs on and get to work. You know what I'm saying? And shout out some of your socials. Shout out some of your peoples.
IG, you know what I'm saying? Follow me at IG official._Gilroy.
Check him out. Check him out. He got the highlights. You know what I mean? You know Q done put it together and got him some little packages on there.
Shout out Framer Game. Shout out my mom. Shout out my dad. Yeah. Shout out Coach B, Coach Jalil.
You know what I'm saying?
Coach Mike.
Wylie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So, yo, this is my man EJ. He's, like I said, he's PG1. Come a long way, class of 2027. All my college coaches, check him out. The kid is a young bull. He gets to it out there. He can score, shoot, and he can run a team. That's what we want in our point guards.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Our first group that was out there. The objective of this play is to get the ball to a guy that we know will make a play in the right read. We're going 21. Let's go to Quan. All right? Let me get a guy right here on this elbow. See, this always shows me that guys don't know the plays. We don't have to have a particular dude set the screen. Everybody should be able to set a screen. One of the best screeners in the league is the best shooter God ever created. All right? So you don't have to be 6'8" to set a good screen. You could be the smallest guy. All right? And all it has to be is solid. All right? So in this particular play, we want to get the ball to a guy that we believe can make the right reads. All right? So this play is a handoff to a guy who's coming up off this corner. All right? And once he gets the handoff, we got a guy coming out with a screen. All right? And once he comes off that screen, it's your opportunity to read. This guy should be either rolling or popping. The play should be, this guy should be getting in the paint. I mean, once you get in the paint, a few things happen defensively. They normally collapse. They normally scramble to protect the rim. Every part needs to be executed at a high level. First of all, a little bit more in the corner. Because really what we want is we want these guys to pay attention to everything, these back line guys. If you're a point guard, you always think about what the help is doing. You know what I'm saying? You focus in on the second level and not so much the first level. All right? So we're going to execute this play. It's called 50. All right? And you'll run it until I say hit the cutter. When I say hit the cutter, the guy that cuts is going to be the guy that gets the ball for a layup. Might be my only time to really show the world about me. That's not how basketball is played. Basketball is the ultimate team sport, and it is imperative that you understand passing the ball is a positive thing. It's not a negative thing. You know, I know you guys get in the car. Damn, son, you're just a passer. You might as well just be, John Stockton, just get assists. But John Stockton made a lot of buckets too. You know what I'm saying? The traditional point guard. A lot of you guys have grown up on these point guards that every time you turn around, they shooting. Lillard. I don't know him for passing, right? Hey, so anytime you got an initial play, there must be a counter to the play. So the counter to this play is backdoor. And if you guys run things the right way, this play will work automatically. Because now this guy, he's helping. This guy starts to go up after y'all ran, and he'll start doing a minute, and then that's when that action should happen. Right there, all right? Little party. Go. The setup is you got two guard front, then you got two guards and two shooters in the corner, then you got a short corner guy. And this is how much spacing is in Memphis. You know what I mean? It's a dribble drive offense. It gives these guys their full range to drive the ball to the rim and make a read. I don't really get into a bunch of flexes and robotic offenses where he's this. I need guys to be cerebral basketball players and to make reads. Spread those feet, spread them a little further, stagger, bring this foot up more, drop slowly, flip on the jump, go. All the way in, so more like, yeah, all the way back there, let's go, jump, good. Good, explode, good, explode, good. 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 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so what we got here, we got Geo on the Vertimax. It's an apparatus that helps with strengthening, conditioning, and also help with their explosion. This doesn't create great leaping ability, this helps the muscles that you have get as strong as they can to explode, and based on your genetics and all the sciences, get to your peak ability that you're able to do at this moment in time. All right. So now let's go box. Let's go wide base, chin the ball. Hold up. Get a little lower. Start low. Sit in the chair. Sit. Good. Butt down. Be consistent. Good. Good clean jump. Don't lean forward. Don't take your time. No speed. More quality over quantity. So sit. Good. Now reload. Gather yourself. Good. Sit. Reload. Good. Sit. Reload. Good. 5 more. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thanks, Gio. So we had Gio on the apparatus, working on all his muscles in the quads and the legs and the calf to help him get a little stronger out there physically. So this is where the magic happens at, everybody. This is where Gritty and Wylie spends a lot of time in the gym, working with the kids, working with talent, working with the Joes. People know me for, I work with the Joes. This is my house, you know what I mean? I appreciate you guys coming out, spending time with me. Let's just say a few shout outs before we wrap up. First thing first, shout out my wife. She's my queen. She does everything a husband, a one and a wife. I appreciate you, baby, for holding me down. We have my granddaughter on the show, Lala. Say bye-bye, Lala. Say bye-bye. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe, like, and share. Shout out to all my peoples out there. Shout out to moms. Shout out to everybody that supports, likes, and shares. Shout out to all my daughters. Shout out to my son Messiah. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody. She's doing her little shout outs. You know what I'm saying? Right. Tell them, Lala. Tell them. Yeah, this is the next Maya Moore right here. Tell them basketball. Hey, shout out to my man Preacher Pat, Dom Easy. If you don't got that Dom P Easy TV, you gonna miss some of the playoff games. Tell them, Lala. Tell them, it's like that. Hey, thank you, my man Q behind the lens, always showing love. It's travel ball season. He in high demand, so you better holler at him. You know what I mean? We love you. Everybody out there, continue to subscribe, like, and share. God bless. Make sure you do a good deed today. Take care of your loved ones, man. Take care of your family. This is the Gritty and Wylie show. This is Gritty. Shout out to my man Wylie. And we out of here.